I am recording another video because I have a tendency to put things off, and I wanted to prove that I could put another video up because I actually received a question from one of my friends, and it was a good one, and I will answer it in a small while, but a short while. But I received another question from somebody who is a member of my family, extended family, and that question happened to be regarding my last video, whether or not I was trying to be blunt or trying to be, and I quote, douchebaggish. End quote. So let me say first of all that I had no intention of being douchebaggish or trying to be douchebaggish and failing. That was not my intent at all. And actually, ouch, that really hurt. Ouch. I'm just honest. I'm blunt, and I'm sorry if that comes off as off-putting. But I mean, you of all people, you know who I'm talking to right now. You know I'm sarcastic. That's pretty much, sarcasm, if it can take the form of human and then get enveloped in skin. That's kind of me. So just because I present myself in a way that might sound douchebaggish, please know that that's not my intent. That's all. Okay. Anyway, I have the answer to a question that one of my friends asked me. So the question was, I'll take you with me. Okay. Can you see me? Okay. What from the States do you think is sorely missing from Japan? And what do you have in Japan that you think the States desperately needs? That's a really good question, and I will tell you what I think. And I thought about it at work, and there it is. I took notes. So, let me first say that one thing that I absolutely adore about Japan, absolutely adore, is the public transportation. You just take the train wherever you want to go, and you use your legs. Legs are a really big thing here, and I wish people would utilize them more back home. I certainly did not. My best friend, when I was in high school, my best friend lived one street over, and I drove to her house in my awesome 90 Oldsmobile Royale, the boat that I drove around, and burned so much gas whilst driving it one street over. Japan has definitely helped me embrace the idea of, mobility, self-mobility, I suppose. Walking, bicycles. Bicycles are great here. Mine was great when I still had one. Yeah, so let's see. Another thing about Japan that is fantastic is the mandatory recycling. It's mandatory. You have to do it. You have, you separate your recyclables. You also separate your combustibles and your non-combustibles, and they get picked up on different days, and it's a lot of personal responsibility. And I think that that's really important because people have a tendency to want everybody else to do everything for them. I'm one of them. I'm lazy too. So I really like that about this place. And there's just no choice. There's no choice about recycling. I lived in Tennessee. I'm originally from Michigan, for people who might not know. But I lived in Tennessee for about 9 months, and in Tennessee there was no recycling in my small town. A very small town. So I felt horrible throwing away these plastic bottles and the metal cans and all of this stuff. It was just horrible, a big waste. And I also had to drive about 40 minutes to work, so that didn't help because there was no public transportation. And even in Michigan, I lived near Flint, and Flint isn't exactly the safest place. Actually, an Army recruiter once told me that you have a better chance of getting shot in Flint than you do of getting shot in the United States Army. So, I didn't really want to embrace public transportation around that area, as I'm sure people can understand. Plus, I had my boat. I had my huge car. I could drive, one street over. So what I think Japan sorely needs is, first and foremost, affection. I know it's cultural to not really hug or be affectionate. So I'm not going to say that Japan would be a better place, because I can't tell them how to improve the culture, which I would never be that arrogant. But I think that affection would help, at least a little, as far as with getting the birth rate up, because the birth rate in Japan is plummeting, and it has a lot to do with people being isolated, and there's still this huge distance between men and women. Dating in Japan has been really difficult because you don't really expect your girlfriend to hang out with your friends, or you don't really expect to meet your girlfriend's friends, or something like that. Like the dating I've done, the gender differences have been too great in order for nothing could really last.